Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Alhamdulillahirabbil alamin. Wassalatu wassalamu ala asyrafil anbiya'i wal mursalin sayyidina Muhammadin wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. Amma ba'd. So for today, I will answer the question from assignment 7, which is understanding morphology from chapter 5. Without further ado, I will answer the all questions. Okay, for the answer number 1, word structure, morpheme, and affixes are essential parts of linguistics, particularly in an understand how words are formed in language. So, for the first word structure, is the way a word is formed from its constituent elements, whether in the form of a root word, a base word, or other addition. Words can consist of for the first simple words. What about simple words? Words without affixes or modification. Example, run, play, and eat. So for number 2, complex words. Words formed with the affixes or other morphemes. For example, raining, reply, and playful. And number 3, compound words. Words formed by combining two root words. Example, notebook, football, sunflower. B. Morpheme is the smallest unit of meaning in a language. There are two types of morphemes. For the first, free morphemes, morphemes that can stand alone as words. For example, cat, help, and read. For the two, bound morphemes, morphemes that cannot stand alone and must attach to other morphemes. For example, in, and, re, at, and nest. So C. Affixes is a morpheme that adds to a base word to form a new word. There are several types of affixes, namely, for the first prefix, add to the beginning of a word, example, and, not, and happy, again, rewrite. And two suffix, added to the end of word, example, running, played, and kindness. So circumfix, affixes adds to both the beginning and end of a word. For example, enlightenment, prefix like root and add suffix. In conclusion, word structure, morpheme, and affixes are essential elements in linguistics that help us understand how words are formed and how their meanings can change. Word structure describes how words are built, either from base words or with affixes such prefix, suffix, and circumfix. A morpheme is the smallest unit that carries a meaning, which can stand alone, free morphemes, and or must combine with other morphemes, bone morphemes. Affixes as a part of morphemes are its base word to form new words or change word class. By understanding this, we can more easily analyze and master the use and structure of language. So, for the answer number 2, yes, of course, I agree with the statement that the morphemes can have syntactic and grammatical function. Morphemes not only serve to form words, but they can also influence the structure of sentence and their grammatical meaning. For example, morphemes like ed or in in English help from tense or the time of an action, like played for the past or playing for the continuous form. In addition, morphemes can determine the relationship between words in a sentence, such as in the use of nouns or verbs. So, morphemes play a role in shaping meaning and sentence structure according to grammatical rules. And then, the syntactic function refers to how words and phrases are rearranged within sentence to convey meaning. It deals with the structure of sentence and the rules for combining words in a grammatically correct way. For example, in the sentence, she reads books. The subject is she, the verb is reads, and the object is books. The word order and how each word functions in the sentence are determined by syntactic rules. On the other hand, the grammatical function refers to the role that words or phrases play in a sentence, which is determined by their form, or grammatical category. For example, in the sentence, he is running fast. The word running is a verb and is show action, while is an adverb, modifying the verb to explain how the action is being done. In summary, syntax is about the structure and arrangement of words in a sentence, while grammar is about the rules that words play according to the form in sentence. For the answer number three, inflection, also known as a word pattern, could be illustrated as to construct words by following a regular pattern to satisfy the demand of particular grammatical function in a language. And there are three basic types of inflection in English, that is inflection of nouns, inflection of adjective, and inflection of verbs. Inflection is all about adding these little pieces, called suffix, to words to show things like plural forms, possession tense, or even comparisons. Think of suffix, for instance, adding ed to a verb can make the past tense or past participle, or adding c to a noun can do multiple things. It can make the plural, like books, or show positions, like John's book. And it even works for verbs in the present tense for the third person, like she runs. So, for the A, inflection of nouns, intended to show a more specific meaning about the noun in the form of numbers, singular to plural, and a position, they act to change the meaning of singular noun into a plural noun by using inflection is called pluralization. Pluralization also has two types. There is a regular pluralization and irregular pluralization. For the first possessive case of nouns, the possessive case is used to show that something belongs to someone or something else. Here are the rules for the first singular nouns. Add to the end of the nouns, for example, John cleans his rabbit's cage, or Anna drove her mother's car. Number two, acronyms as nouns. It's just like with regular nouns. So for TV or CCTV. Example, the CCTV's pictures quality. Number three, nouns ending in s. You can add either as or just. Example, James book or James book. For P, inflection of adjective. Inflection of adjective involves changing their form to show degrees of comparison or other grammatical distinctions. In English, adjectives are typically inflected to express positive, comparative, and superlative forms. For example, regular adjective, positive fast, comparative faster, superlative fastest. Example sentence, this car is fast, or this car is faster than the other one. Or number three, this is the fastest car in the race. So C, inflection of verbs, is the process of adding inflectional morpheme suffixes to verb, which is a method modifying the verb tense, aspect, and voice. In summary, inflection occurs in the various areas of language, including noun, adjective, verb, pronoun, and adverbs, to convey grammatical information like number, position, tense, comparisons, and agreement. It's play a key role in modifying words to fit their function within a sentence, ensuring clarity and grammatical correctness. For the answer number four, word formation may be defined as a process of forming words by using morphemes that has an impact on not only changing meaning, but also changing part of speech. Word class, there are two types of word formation, namely predictive word formation and less productive word formation. For the first, productive word formation refers to the process of forming words which are frequently used to create new words in a language. This is including compounding, which can be understood as a process of creating words by combining two or more free morphemes. There are compound nouns, compound verb, compound adjective, and the last compound adverb. For example, of compounding is the term toothbrush is formed by combining tooth and brush. Other examples include notebook, so note plus book, and blackboard, black plus board. Derivation, sometimes called as a morphological derivation, refers to the process of forming others words by adding prefixes or suffixes to exciting words. For example, the word happy came from unhappy when adding the prefix "an" or happiness when adding the suffix "ness." There are two types of derivation in English: class changing derivation and class maintaining derivations. For the first, class changing derivations, this is type of derivation changes both the meaning and the grammatical class, word type of a word. For example, the verb play become the noun player when adding the suffix er. Here, the grammatical class changes from a verb to a noun. For B, class maintaining derivations. This type of derivation does not change the grammatical class of a word but modifies its meaning. For example, the noun king becomes kingdom when adding the suffix dom. In the case, the word remains a noun but takes on a new meaning. Less predictive, word formation refers to the process of forming words which are uncommonly used to create it or other words in English. The productive formation include coinage, brewing, blending, cleaving, back formation, conversation, and acronyms. Those are focus for discussion this section. For the A, coinage is also recognized as neologisms as the creation of entirely new words to describe concept, invention, or object, often due to change in technology and culture. Unlike traditional word formation, coinage doesn't follow specific rule and can happen accidentally or intentionally. For example, Google was originally a company name but a new means to search the internet. Other examples include A. Aspirin, pine relief tablet, B. Band-aid, one covering bandage, and 3. Escalator, moving staircase. Kind words often become widely used in the everyday life. B. Borrowing. Borrowing is the process of adapting words from the other language and adapting them into a new language. Such words are called loan words. English is known as the enthusiastic borrower, with words borrowed from over 1 to 0 language worldwide. Examples include kebab and yogurt from Turkish, whiskey, Scottish, Gaelic, algebra and Safa Arabic, piano Italian, mayonnaise French, and many more. However, it is not also a leading source of borrowing for other languages. Borrowing often occurs to advancement in technology and communication or the need to express concepts, events, or objects that lack equivalent in English. The exchange reflects the dynamic nature of language and culture. C. Blending. Blending refers to the process of forming another or new word with a new meaning by combining two separate words with different meanings. For example, brunch, breakfast plus lunch, smoke, smoke plus fog, model, motor plus hotel. And D. Clipping, in morphology, refers to a process of creating on and other words by taking one or more syllables from multisyllable words. For example, backclipping, ad from advertisement, exam from examination, and to for clipping. What is for clipping? And then the example phone from telephone, cador from alligator, and metal clipping, flu from influenza, freight from refrigerator. So E. Big formation. Big formation is another type of less predictive word formation in which another word is produced by removing the actual suffix of certain words. For example, the word edit is an actual which is produced after removing the suffix or of a noun editor. So F. Conversion. Conversion refers to the process of forming another word by converting or changing the part of a speech or a class of a word without making a change to the word's form, spelling, and a pronunciation. For example, is the word email started as a noun but became a verb through conversation. Changing is a part of speech without altering spelling or pronunciation. G. Acronyms. Acronyms are words formed by taking the initial letters of phrase or series of words and combining them into a single term. As an example, UNESCO, United National Educational, Scientific and Cultural Organization. Acronyms make a long process easier to say and remember. So for the answer number 5, yes, they do. I can understand that different through productive processes are used frequently to create new words, while less productive ones are rare. Productive processes can apply to a wide range of words, while less productive processes are more limited in scope. Also, productive word formation is more flexible and open, while less productive processes are more fixed. Productive word formation is dynamic and adaptable, while less productive word information is limited and often confined to specific word or context. Example for productive word formation. So, black plus bird, blackbird. Sun plus flower, sunflower. Snow plus man, snowman. Example for less productive word formation: radar, radio detection and ranging. Laser, like amplification by stimulate emission of radiations. Scuba, self-contained underwater. So that's all for me. Thank you for attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.